a normal charrette, it's done in person. There is a lot of interaction. There is a lot of brainstorming. We typically just go in the room. We roll up our sleeves. We have tools, and then there's resources and everything else, and everybody's present. And it's a very lively conversation that can span hours, sometimes days. Then everything starts shutting down because of the pandemic. So we saw that as an opportunity. We approached the client to say we could still go through a charrette to provide this vision.
Normally we would come together for 2 or 3 days at the beginning, and then over the next 5 to 6 weeks, we would flesh out some more details and work towards a vision document and a conceptual master plan. So knowing we're going to have to adhere to that same schedule, but we were going to be exchanging information differently, we were really trying to think through what the schedule looked like.
We wasted no time, started to test tools and, what is the hardware and what is the software and what are the platforms that we can explore to be not only efficient, but make sure that everybody was comfortable with all of the mechanics of using those platforms. So the first hurdle was to get to know them and understand the way they mobilize as a business.
Everyone was sort of in a different place in terms of expectations and what they needed. And, sort of thinking about how we prepare for that and set expectation when we, on our side, were also working out what it was going to look like.
The troubleshooting previous to the session was critical. That was very closely related to the success of the charrette, in my opinion, just the time that it took to get to know the client.
You just can't expect that bringing people together for 2 to 3 days for a full day online meeting time was going to replace what you get when you're in person and still be engaging and inspiring. Rather than front-loading this with a ton of virtual time, let's have virtual time spaced out.
And then we ended up with a great system that rather than having a charrette that it was your typical, that is 3 days, roll up your sleeves, you just draw until you have a great solution. We ended up breaking it up in separate sessions.
To kind of come together to make sure that we were listening and hearing the right things, and at the same time, have our creative process be unfolding during that time. We enjoy that 2 to 3 day session at the beginning of the process typically is because you have a chance to bring everyone together to get to know each other. And then you've got folks that are like drawing and sketching. And of course, that's the part that's usually very exciting for everyone to watch because you see the ideas coming to life. That was the biggest one because we are experiential. We do enjoy the relationships we have. So where we work to also try to supplement in that way with our efforts to document those things happening so that we could share it with the client because we didn't want them to lose out on the experience of seeing us work through those things.
So that, to me, has blurred a lot of barriers. I think the sky's the limit. Our clients can be anywhere in the world and we can still deliver pretty high quality results and what they're expecting of us, quite frankly.